Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon all of you. This is Mu'tasim speaking. I would like to welcome everybody to this new English lesson. Okay, I'm sorry I had some technical difficulties at the beginning. Hello again. Can you hear me? It seems that I have some technical difficulties. Okay, so that's good. Let's hope that everything will run smoothly from now on. I had some issues with my internet connection earlier, but I hope that everything will go smoothly, inshallah. So let's get started. Today we're learning some grammar. We will learn how to use such and that and so and that. Okay, the goals of today's lesson. Students will be able to distinguish the new grammar rule. 2. Students will be able to overcome misunderstanding regarding to this rule. 3. Students will be able to use the appropriate speech with their ideas. Let's get started. Okay, look at the two sentences. It was such a hot day. It was so hot today. What do such and so mean in these sentences? What do you think the meanings of such a and so hot mean? It means very, yeah, like it means a lot. Both of you did very well, thank you. Yes, it means a lot. Okay, what else do you notice? Look at the two sentences. It was such a hot day. It was so hot today. If you notice that after such we added the article a. Can you see that? After such there is a, and after so there isn't. Do you know why? Every time you use such and you put an adjective after that, there has to be a noun following the adjective. So a is for day. You say a day, like it was such a beautiful night. Yes, you see, you can't say just it was such a beautiful and stop speaking. You have to say it was such a beautiful night. Beautiful night. But the story is different when it comes to so. If you want to use so with beautiful, you can say it was so beautiful. And it is okay to stop talking after that. It was so beautiful. But when you use such, you have to put a noun after the adjective you're using. So it was such a beautiful night. It was so beautiful tonight. Yes, not night. It was so beautiful night. No, it was so beautiful tonight. Okay, that's good. Before we proceed, I want to make sure that you understand some terms. Let me write down the terms for you. One thing that I want to make sure that you understand is the adjective, because today we're going to be dealing with adjectives. Do you know what adjectives are? Can you give me examples of adjectives? Like what? Adjectives like what? Like rich. That's very good. Rich is an example of an adjective, and poor and happy. Okay, well done. Let's move on to the next term. I need to make sure that you understand the meaning of an adverb. Before you give me an answer, is my writing clear, or do I need to make the font a little bit bigger? Is it readable? Yeah, lovely is an adverb. It's clear. Good, nice. Adverb is like lovely. Yes, that example was given by Hiba. Aya, can you give us an example of an adverb? Adverb like what? Like loudly. Excellent. You guys are excellent. Okay. Um, it seems that you have no problem at all with adjectives and adverbs. However, adjectives are used to modify nouns. They modify nouns like how? When I say that man is big. Man is a noun. Big is modifying the noun, which is man in our example. Or that day is hot. Hot is modifying the noun, which is day. Adverbs are different. What do adverbs modify? Do you know? Adjectives modify nouns. Adverbs modify what? Verbs, exactly. That's right. I move slowly, not slow. I move slowly. Move is what? Move is a verb, right? So I am describing the way I move. I am describing or modifying the verb. Move slowly. Move quickly. Okay? So this is the difference between adjectives and adverbs. I needed to make sure that you understand that before we get started, because we're going to be dealing with adjectives and adverbs today. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, how about that? If you look at the title, we are using such that and so that. That is not important, but we can add that to our sentences for what? To show people the cause of the adjective or adverb we're using. As an example, it was such a hot day that I needed to drink a lot of water. This is how I can complete this sentence. Okay? To give the cause. Okay, good. It was example number 2. It was so hot today that nobody was able to stay outside. Everybody had to get in. Okay, after I use that, I give what happened because of the heat. I give the cause. Okay. Okay, good. Let's read this. Such and so make the meaning of an adjective or an adverb stronger. Such, that, and so that are used to show cause and effect. We have just discussed that. I can say that day was hot, or I can say that that day was so hot. When I use so hot, I am making the adjective stronger. When I add that, I'm giving the cause. Okay, what happened? Because of the heat. Okay, look at this. Such plus an adjective plus noun. Okay, we mentioned that earlier. Every time you use such, you have to follow that by an adjective and a noun. A noun has to be used. Okay, for example, you see a guy who is really big, and you say, "You are such big." No, that's incorrect. You're such a big guy. You're such a big guy. Uh, yeah. You're so big, or you're such a big guy. You are such a big guy. That's excellent. Or big dude. Excellent. Excellent. Well, when we use so, we don't need. We can just use the adjective right away. Okay, let's read these two examples. It was such a strange experience to see my old friend again that I was speechless. See, um, after that, we mentioned what happened because of the strange experience, I was speechless, which means I was unable to speak because it was strange experience to see an old friend who maybe I haven't seen for a very long time. Example 2. Jake is such a determined person that he always manages to succeed. He was very surprised. Exactly. He was very surprised. He always manages to succeed. The cause of his determination. Jake is such a determined person. The cause of his determination made him always successful. Okay. Good. Now we move on to so. So we can follow so with an adjective or an adverb, and then we can use that, and we follow that with the cause. Finding my keys on the beach was so unlikely that I was shocked when I spotted them. That's example 1. Example 2. He ran so quickly that he won the race. Okay, before we proceed, I would like Hiba and Aya. Hiba, you will give us an example of a sentence using such and that. Can you do that for us, please? Hiba left. Okay, that's sad. How about Aya? Give us an example of either so and that or such and that. He ate so fast that he finished his food in less than 5 minutes. That's an excellent example. I believe that you fully understand how to use so and such. That's brilliant. Okay, now we move on to so many or so few plus plural count noun plus that. Let's read the examples. We discovered so many similarities between our lives that it almost frightened us. Example 2. So few people were accepted into that school that it's amazing we both got in. Hi Sarah, you're welcome. We're very happy to have you. Look, Sarah and what do you notice about the word that followed so many and so few? They're both nouns, and they're what? Are they countable nouns or uncountable nouns? I'm sorry, I don't know the difference between countable and uncountable. Well, actually, I'm very glad that I raised this question. Maybe we can clarify things up. Countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns for things I can count, like I can say 1 apple, 2 apples. I'm not really good at grammar rules and names. Okay, that's totally fine. Examples of countable nouns like apples, I can say 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, 4 apples. Okay, it's a countable noun. That means we can count. Another example of countable nouns like orange, oranges, or table, tables, pen, pens, egg, eggs. Like cups. Yes, cups is a countable noun. Uncountable nouns that we need a unit of measurement. Yes, countless, actually, like rice. Rice is uncountable noun. When you need, what we do to count uncountable nouns is that we use units of measurement. Like we need meters, we need cups, we need kilos. Exactly. Yeah. Like I need 2 kilos of rice. I can't say I need 2 rices. Okay, it's incorrect to say 1 rice, 2 rices. You got it now? Okay, got it. Thank you. Excellent. Like milk. Milk is another example. I need a gallon of milk, 2 gallons of milk, 1 liter of milk, 2 liters of milk, 1 glass of milk, 2 glasses. I don't say I need one milk. I need 2 milks. Okay. And I can say I need 2 cartons of milk. Okay, I hope that things are clearer now. So we use so many and so few with countable nouns. Okay, how about uncountable nouns? Can you guess what do we use with uncountable nouns? We discovered for example, so much exactly. If we have a lot, and if we have a little, we use instead of few, we say, well, I have just said it myself. No, the opposite of so much. What's the opposite? Like so much rice. Uh, it's so little. Okay, so much and so little, or very little. Yep. So we use many, few for countable nouns, much and little for uncountable nouns. Here they are. I have so much homework. Homework is uncountable. I was about to say it. Okay, that's totally fine. I'm sorry if I got in your way. Sorry, Sarah. Okay. I have so much homework that I won't be able to go out tonight. But homework is uncountable noun. Maybe in Arabic it's countable, but English is different. It's never homework and homeworks. It's always homework. Example number 2. He had so little training that no one thought he would be accepted to the energy company. Okay? Now, before we move on, I would like Sarah to make her own example using so much or so little, and then I will make another example of using so many and so few. Okay, I have so much work to do that I can't watch TV. Okay, then Sarah, please hold it. I has just made an example of using so much and so little. So I would love it if Sarah could make an example of using so many and so few. Yes, I thank you very much. That's an excellent example of using so much and so little. So little work. I have so little work to do that I can spend all the night out. Seems that Sarah is still typing. Okay, I have so many dishes to clean that I don't have time to play. That's an excellent example. Yes, exactly. Dishes is the plural of dish. It's a countable noun. You have so many dishes to clean, and you don't have time to play. That's brilliant, Sarah. Well done. Okay, no, that is frequently left out in casual speech. Native speaker, when they talk casually, sometimes they drop that. That means they don't use it. Take this as an example. The book was so popular, it sold out within a week. That's casual, not formal. Okay, when people talk formally, do you know the difference between casual and formal? Formal English and casual English. Okay, good. Yeah, casual is like when somebody talks with a friend. Formal is like when you talk in front of audience or something. So when people casually talk, they say the book was so popular it sold out within a week. They don't say that. They drop it. That is left out. Okay? You're here to learn better formal, so I believe that your casual English is excellent, since that you're here only to make your formal English better. Okay? You're welcome. Okay, reducing adverb clauses. An adverb clause can be reduced to a participial phrase when the subject of the adverb clause and the subject of the main clause are the same. To do this, drop the subject in the adverb clause and follow it with a gerund. I know this sounds complicated, but I will try to make things simple in the following slide. I will show you what this means. Look at the first sentence. After we met online, comma, this is not a full stop. Confusing, I know. The previous words were very confusing, but I will try to make things more simple, inshallah. Just look at the first example. After we met online, and then a comma, not a full stop, a comma. That means we're still in the same sentence. We discovered that we live in the same town. Look, in the sentence I have just finished reading, I have two clauses. A clause is like a sentence, but it's also a part of the sentence. Like, for example, look, if I start reading from we, okay, we discovered that we live in the same town. Isn't that a sentence by itself? It is, right? I can say we discovered that we live in the same town. So in this sentence, I have combined two sentences in one. The first sentence is after we met online, which is actually doesn't give a complete meaning, with the second, which gives complete meaning. We discovered that we live in the same town. The second sentence, which begins with we, is what we call the main clause, okay? The main clause. The first sentence is what we call the adverb clause. Are you following? So after we met online is the adverb clause, and we discovered that we live in the same town is the main clause. Look at the subject pronoun we're using. Subject pronoun is like I, he, she, it, you, we, they. Look, I used the pronoun we in the adverb clause. Can you see it? We met, we met. I have we. And in the main clause, I also have we, right? I have two we's in one long sentence. I can reduce that. People normally, they don't use the same subject pronoun again and again. They reduce speech, make it less. So instead of saying the first sentence, I can say the one in blue and green. After meeting, so I dropped the subject pronoun and I added ing to my verb, like faster. Yes, make it faster. After meeting online, we discovered that we live in the same town. So I kept the main clause as it is, but I reduced the adverb clause. So does this make sense now? These few lines that we've read moments ago? Okay, good. So an adverb clause can be reduced to a participial phrase when the subject of this adverb clause and the subject of the main clause are the same. In our example, the subject was we, and we reduced that. We have the same subject, we and we, To do this, drop the subject. Drop we in the adverb clause and follow it with a gerund that's adding ing to the verb. Because this is the meaning of all these stuff, okay? Are things clearer now? I know when you just read these lines, things are not clear, but hopefully that they are now. Okay, example 2. I ran into him on the street while I was calling him on my cell phone. I ran into him on the street is the main clause now. So it doesn't matter if you start with the main clause or the adverb clause. You can always switch between these two. If we get back to the first example, I can say, instead of beginning with the adverb clause, I can begin with we discovered that we live in the same town after we met online. Isn't that correct? If I start with we, start the sentence, the first sentence, I start with we. We discovered that we live in the same town after we met online. That gives the same meaning and it's 100% correct. Right? Are you following? Good. Good. That's very good. So you need to spot where the adverb clause is and where the main clause is. Well, I can give you a hint on this. If you begin your sentence using the adverb clause, you have always to follow that with a comma. Can you see there is a comma at the first example, but there isn't in the second, right? My second sentence doesn't have a comma. Why? Because actually I started the second one using the main clause. There's the word while, there is the word while instead. Instead of comma we have while. Yes, actually also because I started using the main clause and then I use the adverb clause. So this is like a hint to you. Whenever you see a comma, that means the adverb clause is at the beginning. If you don't see a comma, then the adverb clause is second, not first. Okay, here is an activity that I would like both of you to share answers. We begin with Aya and then Sarah. Aya, I want you to do number 1 and then Sarah number 2 and then Aya 3, so on, so forth. Okay, Aya, my grandfather drives, well actually your job is to complete using such as, such an, so much, so many, so little, so few. The answer is so. You were very fast, mashallah. Yes, my grandfather drives so slowly that other drivers get annoyed. We can't use such here. Why? Because after slowly we have no noun, right? Remember that? If there was a noun after slowly, then I could use such, but in the sentence I just have the adverb slowly, so it's incorrect to use such here. 2. Sarah, I got blank sleep last night. I got so little sleep last night that I feel exhausted today. That's excellent. Well done, Sarah. You're amazing. Aya. 3. He has such a big family that he has cousins he hasn't even met. What an amazing answer. Well done, Aya. You two are, inshallah, very fast. 4. Sarah. They are blank good friends that they are more like brothers. Such a Sarah. So it's Aya's turn. When it's Aya's turn, so only Aya answers. Aya, nice, but look, we have friends here. Can you use a with friends? So I need, it is Sarah's turn, really? Oh, I thought it's your turn, sorry. Sarah? Well, if it's Sarah's turn, then it's Sarah's turn. 4. Such. Yes. We can't use such a in number 4. You know that we use a and un with singular nouns, right? If we have plural nouns like friends, I can't use a friends. No, incorrect. So a friend, yes, he is a friend of mine. Correct. They are friends, not a friend. Okay, that's excellent. 4 is such. 5, the restaurant was blank crowded that we couldn't get a seat. Was so crowded, yes, so crowded that we couldn't get a seat. That's excellent. We're not done yet. More. The same exercise. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sarah, there are so little. Number 6. Look, we're talking about rooms here, Sarah. If you remember, we use much and little with uncountable nouns. We have rooms. We can count rooms, right? 1 room, 2 rooms. So we can't use little and much. We use few and many. So the answer is and Hiba is back. We're glad to have Hiba back. So few. Yes, that's right. Now it's correct. There are so few rooms left in the hotel that we'll have to take whatever is available. Thank you. Hiba, can you answer 7? I know you missed the explanation that we did, but so many good courses. There are so many good courses that's excellent. Thank you. There are so many good courses this year that I can't decide which ones to take. Hiba left. Sarah, can you do the next one? That TV has such a such a large screen. Yeah, probably she has a bad internet connection. Yeah, she keeps coming and going. Uh, such a large screen that it feels like you are almost part of the story. That's excellent. Well done, Sarah. Correct. Aya, 9. There are so few. Yeah, exactly. You corrected yourself. That's totally fine. There are so few shoppers in the store uh, today that it looks empty. And 10, Sarah. There are blank good TV programs on these days that I hardly watch TV at all. So little good TV programs. Again, Sarah, we are talking about what? TV programs. There's an S in the end, okay? Exactly, so few. Say few, so few. Okay, you two did very well. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. Here are the answers in case you missed. Answer number 1, so little, such a, such, so few, so many, such a, so few, and so few. Okay, here's a matching exercise. You'll have to match and then use after you match each sentence, you will have to use that, such that, or so that. The last one to answer was Sarah, so it's Aya's turn now. The food was spicy. Emma is a popular name. The school is selective. A. They only accept one student for every 100 applications. B. There are 4 girls in the class with that name. C. My mouth burned after half an hour after eating it. The food was so spicy that my mouth burned for half an hour after eating it. That's brilliant. Very good answer. Well done, Aya. Sarah, I don't know how fast you can type, but I wonder if you can do the same. 2 is B. You match 2 with B. Emma is a popular name. Yes, exactly. That's right. Can you rewrite the sentence using such with that or so that? We have only got like 6.5 minutes. Yeah, get on the third one. Yeah, we need to push ourselves. We have got 6.5 more minutes and we need to finish within the time limit. The school is so selective that they only accept one student for every 100 applications. Yes, that's brilliant. Well done. Well done. That's perfect. How about Sarah? Can you type? I know it's a bit fast and not everybody can type that fast. MashaAllah, Aya can. But anyway, can you type? Emma is such a popular name. Yes, you used such correctly because we have the word name after popular. Popular is an adjective, name is a noun, so using such is correct. Emma is such a popular name that there are 4 girls in the class with that name. Yeah, I know. Many people actually can't really type fast. Anyway, with practice you will get better, inshallah. Okay, we need to push ourselves. Uh, okay, now rewrite the sentences reducing the adverb clauses to participle phrases. Okay, remember we have 2 clauses, adverb clause and a main clause. If you can spot where the adverb clause is, I want you remove the subject, which is I, he, she, it, the subject, and then you add ing to the verb. Since that you can type fast, you will answer 1 and 3. Sarah, I want you to start working on number 2. This way we can finish fast. Aya, you rewrite the first and third sentences by reducing the adverb clause. Remember when we drop the subject and add ing to the verb? Okay, Sarah. If you still don't understand what I need from you, then you can ask. After finishing a large meal, I often feel sleepy. That's perfect, mashallah. That's the answer of number 1. So I need you to start working on number 3 so we can finish fast. And Sarah, you work on number 2. You should always put on sunscreen before going to the beach. You're amazing. Well done. Perfect answer. Well done. So your typing speed is getting better, right? With more practice, I believe that you can really improve. While waiting for the bus, we looked through some magazines. That's perfect. Wonderful job. Both of you. Well done. Okay. 3 more. And these are the last exercise we work on, and then we will conclude. We will finish today's lesson. So just keep up, okay? You need to keep up. Again, Sarah, you type fast. I mean, Aya, you type fast, so you take 4 and 6. Sarah, you take 5. Okay, sadly what? Sadly, before finding an apartment to rent, they had looked at dozens of apartments. Okay, it seems that you just had a typing mistake. They call it a typo. You missed the S, the plural S for dozens, but that's totally fine. That doesn't matter. I know that you just were trying to type fast and you missed the S. Yeah, dozens, exactly. Before finding an apartment to rent, they had looked at dozens of apartments. Well done. I need you to work on number 6 now. Before moving to Riyadh, my family had always lived in the country. That's excellent. That's excellent. Okay. I left and Ibtisam joined. I don't know if Ibtisam can handle number 6 instead of Aya. Ibtisam, you were not here. I don't know if you can really reduce the adverb clause in sentence number 6. I'm gonna have to reduce it myself since he okay, I had to reduce it myself. Since joining the social networking site, he has met many new friends. Okay, and here are the answers. The answers could vary a little, so answers will vary. Vary means they could be different from yours, but that doesn't mean that your answers aren't good. No, they are brilliant. And 4, 5, and 6. I know I exceeded my time limit. As a conclusion, this is what we learned today. We learned how to use such plus an adjective plus a noun plus that. We learned how to use so plus an adjective or an adverb plus that. We learned how to use so many, so few for plural, countable nouns, and we used so much, so little with uncountable nouns. And then we learned how to reduce adverb clauses. That was the summary of what we did this fine evening. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you really understood this lesson. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to help.